What's up, party people? How is everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having. I'm trying to fix the camera over here. So I was actually about to get ready to head out, and excuse me. Let's say what's up to everybody that dropped a comment before the show started. Shout out to Art of the Glass. He says Kung Fu Chuck. The floor said drops our cash app in the ad. Shout out to everybody that's in the show before the show started. BB and community blessings. So I want to start the show off by saying a couple of things. I want to get into what just happened for everybody that missed it. Our president of the United States, Joe Biden, he said a thing recently. And the thing that he said, we're going to discuss this. And so I want to be clear on something, because I am not for one side here or against or for the other side. I'm for the people. There's individuals that's out there. There's actually people that are being hurt and injured. I'm for them. I don't care about whatever political ideologies that led to this situation to happen. I don't care about why the Joe Biden administration left $7.1 billion of military equipment here, right? Or why they gave these guys $6 billion other dollars. I don't care about none of that. You get it? We're going to discuss those things because they're worth discussing. But at the end of the day, the fact that Hamas invaded and the fact that now our troops are the ones that's going to go and fight against our own weapons, I think that's a bigger discussion for an American. I just want you to understand the scope of what I'm trying to explain. That's terrible that those two things happen. We're going to discuss that. That doesn't necessarily apply to us Americans, but does it? We have activists that told y'all to elect this guy. We're going to talk about some of those things today too. Before we get the show started though, I want to talk about gunplay. But before we even get to that, I want to say something. So yesterday, the other day, there was two women that came past the camera the other day. The first lady was a light-skinned lady. The other lady was a dark-skinned lady. I want to apologize to the dark-skinned lady. I only had one situation with her that was out of the world. So us roasting her probably wasn't fair. I want to apologize about roasting the dark-skinned lady, because I only had one situation with her. Whereas with the other lady, it's just, what in the hell, fam? You can't be everywhere I'm at. Like, every time I'm near her, like, with other people, and then also yelling at me at the same time. Like, come on, fam. There was only one situation with the other lady. That might have just been one of those New York passing by type of actions. So I want to apologize for roasting the dark-skinned lady. But the light-skinned lady, no apologies. With that being said, I am going to try to do better, though. What up, DJ Science Kid? We're going to do roll call at the 5-minute mark. Get your comments in. So at the 7-minute mark, get your comments in. I want to say something about this gunplay situation, first of all. Remember when he first gave first of all, for everybody that don't know what happened with gunplay, DJ Envy said a thing. Gunplay got pissed off and told him to stop talking about his daughter. DJ Envy didn't really talk about his daughter's GoFundMe because his daughter was sick. But DJ Envy really didn't say that. Dude was just all the way capping. He was exaggerating, taking it too far. So what ends up happening is this. There ends up being a back and forth between DJ Envy and Gunplay. In that back and forth, Gunplay then decides he's going to be a big baller, and he goes and he gives a chain to Rick Ross while Rick Ross is laying in the bed. Remember we talked about that. I said, man, it was like Rick Ross didn't even want to be there for this shit, fam. He didn't have no time for you ever. Every time you come over, he said, tell this nigga I'm sleeping. This particular time, you didn't take no for an answer. Rick Ross had to throw his clothes off, jump in the bed. Then you walked in there and gave him a chain that I just want to explain to everybody was bought for him allegedly, if you listen to his baby mama, by her father. So hold on. So for everybody that don't know what's going on currently with Gunplay, There was a situation where he was arguing with his baby mother. She had the baby in her hands, and he picked up an assault rifle or a weapon of some kind, a gun. So now the only way he can see his daughter is on video chat. He can never see his daughter in person. Mind you, his daughter, when all of this happened, wasn't even 1 year old yet at that time. Now, GunPlay is like 40. His girlfriend is like 20 something. I don't know what the fuck that got to do with anything, but people was talking about that. What I want to say is this. That's what happened when you out here chasing that clout. GunPlay didn't have to do none of the stuff that he did, but he had to chase that clout. He had to make sure that his name rang bells. He could have just sat back and enjoyed that life that his 25-year-old girlfriend was providing for him. But instead of doing that, he had to go be a weirdo. And because he had to go be a weirdo, now he don't got the 25-year-old girlfriend that was providing for him. He don't got his daughter. And now his whole situation is turned upside down. Because he went and being a weirdo. All the unnecessariness. With that being said, let's do roll call real quick and I get to the show. Shout out to DJ Science Kid. DJ Science Kid, king of the DJs. Shout out to him. Salute, Frost. Morning, brother. Morning. I want to say something real quick. So we've been talking about American politics for years. And I've consistently told y'all that I don't trust the Democrats. I've consistently told y'all I don't trust the Democrats. Consistently. I said I'm not a Republican. No, I don't rock with those guys. But when the Republicans say they're gonna do something, they go do it. That's the difference. Meaning like this. Listen and pay attention. Trump talked about building a wall. Everybody laughed, made fun of him. He went and got that wall built, didn't he? You're going to say, oh, but it's not completed. Stop. They started the shit. Let's not even act like that's not a thing. Let's not act like he wasn't getting laughed at by almost every country on the planet and then still did the thing. Let's not act like that didn't happen. That's why he got elected. He got elected off of that wall. Remember? That was a big thing. That's how he got elected. Just like Obama got elected off of Obamacare. Tell me where the lies at. I need some tissue. Tell me where the lies at. What did Biden get elected off of? Being the king of black folk. Then why haven't we gotten anything yet substantial in regards to what he's given to others? That's one. Two, did y'all hear what the dude over in Ukraine is saying? He's concerned about the war in Israel because he thinks it's going to take attention away from his situation. And he wants to make sure that the world stay focused on the horrors that's going on in the Ukraine. Shout out to Bushwick. Shout out to the kid is back. He says Bushwick in the building. Morning, morning, my brother. Are y'all paying attention? Am I the only one that's paying attention? Sometimes I be thinking I'm the only one paying attention. Am I the only one paying attention? Sometimes I be thinking I'm the only one paying attention. I don't think people be paying attention. I think people be so busy. I don't know what the fuck. Because I'm not doing it. But I am paying attention. Did you hear what he said, the Ukraine guy? Zelensky? He says he fears that his campaign in Ukraine, basically trying to keep their nation, is going to suffer because attention is going to leave his situation and be given to Israel. Sometimes I think I can't be the only one that hears what he's saying. All right, so let's talk about military strategy. Y'all ever played any of those military games? You know, like when you like Age of Empires or some shit. Used to love that game. All right, so are y'all wondering why Israel was probably attacked now? Everybody's wondering. One, not just because they have the resources that was given to them by America. They have a good reason. So, who is where did they get the monies and the resources to attack Israel from? Afghanistan and Iran, right? We'll talk about that in 1 second. Give me a minute, the kid is back. Right? Just listen and pay attention. I could be completely wrong, but listen and pay attention. So, who backing the Hamas, right? Iran, and they got the weapons from when they left out of Afghanistan, right? So Iran is backing the Hamas, right? Before America entered this situation with Israel, they were sending all of their resources to the Ukraine. Now that America has entered this situation with Israel, how much of the resources do you think the Ukraine is going to get? Now, if the Ukraine doesn't get the resources that they were getting, how long do you think they're going to be able to hold off Russia? So, basically, by Iran helping the Hamas attack Israel, they've basically won the war that's happening in the Ukraine. Because America's going to stop sending those guys trillions or billions or whatever illions amount of dollars they sending them. And they're going to start sending it to their fight in Israel. How long do you think before Taiwan gets attacked? So for all of the leftists, liberals, that kept saying that America needs to close out and leave this country and close out and leave that country and close out and leave that country, that was literally our protection. Y'all was just arguing to stay on point and be just against whatever the Republicans were for. Y'all weren't for the protection of America as much as y'all was for some kind of position that you could have that run contrary to whatever the popular thing was that was going on. That's it. This is why I hate when people just nitpick. This is why I hate when people just got to play devil's advocate. Now, once again, I'm not on the side of no war. I'm hoping that none of this, too bad none of this would have happened. They got a lot of people in the Ukraine that's not here no more. They have a lot of people from Israel and from Gaza Strip that isn't here no more. So now let's talk about fucking Biden. Pardon my language. I take that back. Let's talk about Biden. He went on television and said babies had their heads cut off. Turned out that was a lie. The president of the United States can't have better intelligence than a YouTube content creator. Not me, but whoever. The president of the United States can't have worse global intelligence than CNN. So basically what happened was there was a lady that was a reporter, I think CNN. And while she was reporting, she allegedly overheard some officers, some other people say that some babies somewhere might have had their heads cut off. And she just immediately said that the Hamas was cutting off the heads of Israeli kids, babies. And somehow that made it to the president and he ran with it. So we're going to go fight, and just so we can understand why this is not good. So we're going to go fight in a whole entire war where Americans are going to go give their lives, and you don't even know why we in it? Y'all projecting these people out to be super evil and have done some terrible things. Why? So when you do terrible things to them, people will be okay with it? You know, that's why people lie on a motherfucker, right? You know that's why people say dangerous lies about a nigga, right? So when they want to do evil shit to them, other people say, yeah, that person's a bad person. And they might be lying. You don't even know. You're just a believe in the thing. That's why the worse a story is that someone tells me about a different individual, the more proof I need. You telling me some bullshit that don't mean nothing, I don't really care. I don't need no proof. You telling me some shit I gotta sit up for? How do you know? That's not enough for me, fam. Joe Biden, the president of the the president of the United States of America, went on air, said that babies had their heads cut off, and it's not accurate, allegedly. It was just a thing that a reporter overheard someone say. Or did she just lie, and that's her way to get out of the lie? Did she just lie, But that was how she set the lie up. So if she was found out, she can back out of it. So I want to be clear on something. And I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. We have activists in America who side with Palestine. I don't have an issue with any of this. But y'all begged for us to elect a president who is now going to go help in a war opposite of the individuals that you now are saying is basically the equivalent of black people in America. So if they're ready to go to a whole nother country and suppress the people who you yourself are equating to the black people of America, what in the hell made you think that these people would ever do anything for the black people of America? Why did you tell us to vote for these people? Because I remember when Donald Trump was in office, you know how many wars there was? There was no boots on land. It was the regular bullshit wars that these dudes do. No boots was on land. You didn't have any invasions. But y'all still going to talk about vote Joe Biden. I see all of these activists, all of these actors that was busy out here talking about vote Joe Biden, now talking about free Palestine. But you wanted us to vote for Joe Biden. When the next elections come and Trump is running against Biden, you're going to still tell us to vote Biden. You're going to tell us to vote Trump? Trump want to end the war. Biden want to fight in it. And don't tell me Trump don't want to end the war, because literally there was no wars when Trump was president. Not active ones with boots on the grounds and invasions. Literally. During the election process, while we was going through election season, I was in here telling y'all I'm not a fan of Trump. But electing the Democrats is a bad idea. Electing Biden is a bad idea. I had people bashing me, disrespecting me, calling me crazy, talking stupid about me. Some of those people still talk stupid about me to this day. And I didn't say anything wrong. and didn't do anything wrong. Biden has one of the worst resumes of any politician I know of that is above a local politician. Out of any politician I've known of that spends their time in Washington, Biden has maybe the worst resume. That's all I was trying to point out. That's it. He spent most of his career trying to keep white and black people separate. And now I see black people love him more than they love anything. And I'm looking, and I'm like, he has one of the worst, if not the worst, resume of almost any politician I've ever heard about being in Washington. He doesn't have one actual bill that he's been a part of that we call a victory. I'm going to see, this is the problem y'all don't get. He's a piggybacker. So let's say a young politician will come to him with a thing that might be a good idea. He'll just throw his name on it. You understand? He's like that. And the only reason why I say that, and the reason why I think that, I'll tell you why. He came out with the 95 crime bill. He was the face of that. The face. People didn't think that bill was going to be able to get passed. That's the part everybody forget. While they were fighting to get that bill passed, wasn't that when this dude was going through the Monica Lewinsky situation, or was that later on? I'm not 100% sure. But in any regard, we wasn't just not paying attention. It sounded great. You get 3 felonies, you go to jail for life. That's how they made it sound. Well, who's going to get more than 1 felony? But they don't tell you how easy it is to get a fucking felony. They don't tell you there's so many things that fall under a felony that, quite honestly, probably shouldn't. That's the part they leave out. This is what Joe Biden was a part of. Nothing but trickery. Then he comes out with a bill that actually helps black people, and you think he put that together? You think Joe Biden was sitting back somewhere thinking about helping black people? Or any people? He probably's not sitting around thinking about helping white people either, to be honest. So I don't want to make it sound like he's somewhere with, like, how can the whites win? I don't think he's thinking any of these things. Our president can't get on national television and say something incendiary as babies had their heads removed and it not be true. He can't even say, I heard. It has to be a factual thing. He's the president of the United States. Tell me where I'm wrong. Y'all wanted to get rid of Trump because of fucking tweets, fam. Y'all didn't like the way Trump was tweeting. Y'all didn't like his tweets. His tweets were misogynistic. His tweets did this. His tweets did that. Why is he up at 3 o'clock in the morning? Going to the bathroom? His tweets, his tweets, his tweets. Y'all wanted to get rid of a president because of his tweets. We have become too petty of a nation. We have become too petty of a nation. And I don't want to hear when Kamala Harris blames all of this on Biden. Like, we can't all see Biden is too old and cranky to know what's going on. So whenever Kamala Harris and the rest of the Biden administration start trying to say, nah, this was all Biden, it was him, it was no one else, like, we stupid. I want to see how these black activists are going to eat it up. How they going to just show their hypocrite card. They're going to be like, look, man, we've been hypocriting with y'all guys for long enough now. We got to step it up a notch. They only been baby hypocrites up until then. Now they're going to become king and queen hypocrites. Remember, Kamala Harris also supports the situation going over there to fight against the Hamas, while the black activists in America, which it just absolutely kills me. Like, I get it. You're being supportive of a side. I get it, right? 100% get it. But we got a lot of work over here too, right? We got like a lot of stuff going on. Like, these guys just got more reasons why they're not going to support our communities. These guys just found more reasons why they're going to now start taxing us. These guys just, you do notice, right? Like, this current president going to war is terrible. When we would have went to war when Trump was president, it would have been better for us, because Trump was spreading the money around America. You get it? We going to war right now while inflation just went through the roof. When Trump was president, gas prices was around $2. Tell me where the lie at. Tell me where the lie at. People wanted Biden, fam. I don't get it. But I told you I don't get it, because it didn't make sense. Okay, so for everybody that don't get it, everybody that don't remember, the Democrats was getting absolutely killed. They was just, first of all, they was cannibalizing each other. They was doing like what, the black people party. So they was doing black people antics. So they were cannibalizing each other. So just telling you what happened. So it came to the point where they didn't have any candidate that could run against Trump. Also, I just want to say something real quick. So a couple of years ago, when the white guy first became president, not president, New York City mayor, I forgot his name. The white dude with the black wife, he actually, the best candidate that was actually available as far as politics was concerned was Anthony Weiner. But Anthony Weiner had that situation where he did something where he sent, like, I don't know, he sent like pictures to some chick. So the LGBTQ community in New York City just absolutely, it's like they were only running to make sure that he didn't have no chance to win. He actually was a good politician. So that's what the Democrats do. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he was actually a really good politician. For everybody that don't know, he just fucked up, fam. That's it. He just fucked up. I'm not saying he should have been or shouldn't have been forgiven or whatever the case is, but that had nothing to do with the mayoral run and his ability to be able to do his job. And what they did was they just overspoke him and didn't allow for him to speak. So whenever there was a point to talk about, and Anthony Weiner actually, Bill de Blasio, yeah, the dude that, the first year Bill de Blasio won, I forgot how many years Bill de Blasio was president. In any regard, Anthony Weiner was running, and he was the best politician that was running. I'm just real talk. He was the best politician that was running as far as politician. He just had that situation where something with he said like sexted somebody or something. You know what I'm saying? Like some chick, and he was married, and that blew up, and it was a bad thing. And so a couple of years passed, and then he ran. In any regard, the LGBTQ community had somebody that was running also. I forgot her name. She was a council person from out in, I think, Staten Island. And they just went after him. They just went after him. And that's why we got stuck with Bill de Blasio. Bill de Blasio never talked during any of the debates, fam. He talked very little. He didn't know nothing. But they were so busy cannibalizing each other that he didn't have to do anything. Anybody was watching those debates? I was watching those debates. He didn't have to do anything. Because that's what happened when during the election, the year that Biden had won. The Democratic Party had been cannibalizing themselves. You know how early they ran Kamala Harris out of the race? She got ran out of the race dumb early. Like, I think she went to like one debate, maybe two. And she was just hated. All anybody wanted to talk about was how many black men she put in jail. That was it. They didn't have anything to talk about Anthony Weiner politically. The only thing they was able to talk about was that situation that had happened that was all over the papers. In any regard, that's why we don't have no good Democrats now. That's why we don't have no good Democrats. Because the douchebags ruin their fucking political careers. So we're stuck with also, Anthony Weiner's wife worked for Hillary Clinton. I just want to throw that out there. So that's why we don't have no good Democrats now. Anthony Weiner was a good politician. Just tell me what it is, right? That's why we got Biden. Because that's how the Democrats do each other. That's why I keep saying we have to stop voting Democrat, stop voting Republican. Vote for a candidate that helps your household. Stop voting for a candidate because it's cool because they rocking with, they got a cool agenda. Their agenda is rad. Stop voting for them for that reason. Vote for them because they help your household. Stop voting Democrat all the way across the board. Don't do that. If you don't know a politician, don't vote for them. If you don't have no opinion in that race, don't vote. Don't vote. It's a trick. The whole you gotta vote is a trick. Vote when there's a candidate that you deem worthy to be voted for. Other than that, don't vote. It's a trick. They got y'all voting that don't have anything to do with the candidates. I remember being a child and there's an election going on and I may be somewhere and we're celebrating because a Democrat won. We don't even know who the fucking Democrat is. Just he wasn't a Republican, so that he's for us. What up, Android? That's how you get de Blasio. That's how you get Biden. De Blasio and his wife looked like she was going to leave him before he ran for mayor. Like she was it looked like she walked in on him one day and was like, honey, I think we got to have a talk. And he was like, oh shit, I know she's about to divorce me. And he just stood up out of his seat real quick. I'm running for mayor, baby. So she stayed with him. That's how their marriage looked. I'm just saying, that's how their marriage looked to me. It didn't really look like... That's how their marriage looked to me and shit. Shout out to No Limit. Like, baby... It didn't look like they actually... That's how their marriage looked to me, man. Didn't his son get arrested for something crazy? Oh. This is what I meant to put in the title. I forgot to put something in the title. Can we change the conversation for a second, and then I'll get back to this? Y'all know who Mikey, I think his name is Mikey Williams. Y'all know who Mikey Williams is? Anybody in here know who Mikey Williams is? So Mikey Williams is a high school, I think he's going into college. Not 100% sure. Basketball player. He's one of the best high school basketball players in America. And he's right now fighting 6 charges for gun possession in California. So everybody's bashing the kid and mad at the kid, but I got a different perspective. Hold on. I meant to put this in the title. I'm just saying this real quick and we're going to get back to what we're talking about. But I have a different perspective. He was once ranked B-ball. You just wrote B-ball. He was ranked the B-ball player? Is there a number associated with that ranking, or is the B? It's just the B. Anyway, so he is currently going to be fighting 6 charges to gun possession. I want to say something. I want to be clear. I heard a lot of people saying he threw his life away, but I want to explain something. We live in a different day and age. So DJ Academics, I just seen him having a conversation, and he said that he stressed that if bloggers or content creators or something like that get into a problem with somebody, yeah, I know he's ranked. I thought you know what number he was ranked at. That he stressed that they press charges. And I'm going to say that again. I just need for people to understand. I'm not talking about people out here doing them bullshit pranks. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about content creators that's out here that isn't engaging in the community in any way that should be like just regular content creators that's out here trying to do their job. I'm not talking about the prank guys. That's a different discussion. Protect yourself. And protecting yourself means using the police to protect yourself. Because why in the heck would you want to go get locked up and go to jail because another nigga mad at you? We got too much of that in our neighborhoods. Somebody will be mad at that guy. So now one of them got to go to jail or one of them got to die. And he's 100% living in that area because he's a teenager. And that's definitely how the kids are nowadays. They don't let shit go and they don't walk away. Something bad got to happen. So I don't know how I feel about him having a gun on him because we don't know what the hell happened with him. But we got to be able to move better than that, and we got to protect our jewels in the neighborhoods better than that. So his basketball career is most likely done for. Or he might be done for because he's going to have to go do time. How's he going to beat the case? In any regard. Just terrible thing all the way around. I wanted to tell people about it. Thank you for finally putting the number 1. He was the number 1 basketball player. I've watched his workout videos. He's tough. It would have been something to see him make it to the NBA. With that being said, let's get back to what we're discussing. I got a question. I got a question. You know those buildings that we saw exploding? So Israel has this thing called the glass dome or the invisible dome. And basically it's like a targeting system that prevents rockets and shit like that, missiles and shit like that from rockets from hitting Israel. So those buildings that we saw destroyed, those was all in the Gaza Strip. The Iron Dome. So those buildings we saw destroyed, that was all in the Gaza Strip. So that means that Israel is the ones that's been shooting the missiles this whole time, that people been saying that it's been Palestine, that it's been the Hamas. Because I saw a video of the Iron Dome in action. There was just missiles going up, but they wasn't coming back down. I don't even know how that's a thing. That shit looked really Star Warsian. I'm just telling you. I mean, they were showing the missiles going up. Then them shits was going up and go woo, boof. I'm not even bullshitting you. So those buildings that was being hit with missiles, where were those buildings at? Those buildings can't be in Israel then, right? Those buildings in the Gaza Strip? Where's the Iron Dome at? Maybe the Iron Dome isn't over in the entirety of Israel? Where there's parts that the Iron Dome isn't over? I'm asking, what, anybody know any of these answers? Because I saw buildings that they was carrying bodies out of. If the missiles can't hit the Iron Dome, get through the Iron Dome, then whose buildings were those that were rubble? I'm just asking. I don't know. I'm also not a person that's going to sit here and tell you how to respond back when somebody attacks you. I'm not going to do that neither. We're not doing that. But I'm just curious. I don't think people have the right to tell you to respond back to disrespect. So I don't think people have a right to tell you how to respond back to an attack. So I'm not saying how Israel should or shouldn't respond. But what I am saying is that there's this thing called the Geneva Convention, and it says that you can't fire on citizens or civilians, correct? Jay Samuel says the Iron Dome prevents missiles from hitting Israel. The rubble buildings are in Gaza. Cito says the Iron Dome works until overwhelmed. Has it been overwhelmed? I'm curious. I mean, they did say they shot like 400 missiles allegedly. I would assume that can overwhelm, right? For all fairness. So anyway, so recently Justin Bieber has posted. I don't think it was a tweet. I think it was on Instagram, and it basically was some buildings that was just blown to all hell, and he said, "Pray for Israel," but apparently those were buildings in Gaza. So do we know definitively that there's any missiles hit buildings in Israel? I'm curious. I'm not saying that they haven't. I just want to know. Because right now we're hearing that these buildings that were destroyed was in Gaza. And I don't know if, that's 100% correct. Maybe it's a little bit right. Maybe it's a little bit wrong. Maybe it's more to it. But I will say this. We have Americans that are going to be under fire by weapons that are American weapons because our president decided to leave our weapons in a foreign country to militants or rebels or, I don't know, terrorists or whatever you want to call them. They call them terrorists. The people that left the weapons. The Biden administration. This is our president, fam. Our activists are going to come out and tell y'all just how much y'all supposed to be voting for this guy again. I don't think y'all should vote for anyone these activists say vote for specifically. I think whoever they say vote for, you should take a long look at. A long look. The longest of looks, just so we can be clear. The look should last a day or two. So America just gave away $7.1 billion in weaponry in 2021. They just gave $6 billion to the enemy. And they've given, who knows, untold $1 billion to the Ukraine. What do you think is going to happen if they have to fight a war on another front? How long do you think before people start talking about nukes? How long? What do you think America's going to be able to do if Taiwan get attacked by Korea or China at this point? Also, remember all of those migrants that just came through our southern borders. There's no telling how many terrorists came through with them. There's no telling how many people came through our southern border that's on the side of the individuals that's over there fighting that we just decided to go fight against. There's no telling. So there's no telling how many immigrants just came in and migrated to all of our biggest cities. In reality, they're terrorist cells. So Biden just potentially let who knows how many terrorist cells into the country. Also, at the same time, giving some terrorists $7.1 billion in military equipment, and also giving them another terrorist or people that they deem terrorists and evil $6 billion in financing and money. And now we're fighting against these people, by the way. I don't understand. I need help understanding. I need for you to give me some assistance. I need help understanding. What part of this is okay? Because Biden has a lot of supporters. So I'm curious, what part of this is okay? Like, what part of this was that good leadership that they keep telling us Biden's going to give us? What part? Anybody know? I'm curious. Y'all know who generally finances Black Lives Matter, right? In any regard. So there's a chapter of Black Lives Matter in Chicago that publicly showed support to Palestine. I just said a lot. I'm trying to think if I should just, nah, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. If you get it, you get it. They had a rally of some kind. Showed its support for free Palestine. I don't like Black Lives Matter doing that because it seems to me like they're always stoking flames. I think we stoke too many flames. I'm not saying to back down. I'm not saying that at all. But I think that in situations like this, when you're not directly involved, you should be more of a pacifist. You understand? In situations like this isn't us. This isn't our people. We are not either fight of this. We should be willing to help the people that actually need help. As always, those are the individuals that's caught in the middle of the gunfire, not the people shooting the guns. So I don't really care for, or I don't really think that that will be our best position. Because what is everybody going to do when the government deems people that's saying free Palestine are now, potential terrorists, and they decide to lock you up because we're in wartime? I mean, maybe people not thinking that far ahead. Maybe people aren't thinking that far ahead. I don't know. I mean, y'all wanted Trump fired because of tweets, right? Tweets. Fucking tweets. Tweets. That's like wanting somebody fired because they said a thing. They didn't even do anything. They just said a thing. Not even disrespectful, just a thing. Oh man, they told a joke. We gotta fire them. Looks nice outside. I don't know. I'm as you can see, I'm feeling a little. I'm feeling a little tired. It's probably why I was slow to walk outside today, also. I always think I got connection issues here. Like I don't never get no numbers too tough when we're in the house. Sometimes go outside and get numbers. Is the show just better when we're outside? I'm curious. What time is it? It's also still early. Give me 1 second. I ain't got no fucking coffee in the house. Pardon me. What we at? 55 minutes. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. We have to discuss anything right now. Yo, Biden went on air and said babies got their heads taken off and it was not true. How did the president of the United States get intel like that confused? That's crazy. I don't know what to tell you. You literally sent our guys over there to be in war, and then you came on television and just said propaganda. Like, he'll say anything, fam. Like, he just came on air and just said anything. Like, he just came on air and said propaganda. Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? That don't even make sense. So he got everybody up in an uproar. So he could be like, we going over there to fight, yo. Fight our own weapons. I saw a video, and I don't know how true this is. So I saw a video of a lady that said that she had been taken hostage by the Hamas, and she said that they treated her and other hostages nicely. I don't know how true this is. Anybody else saw a video like that? Just some lady. She was like, they took us hostage and they treated us well, and then they let us go. Some shit. Anybody else heard of this? I'm just asking. I was looking at it. I was like, maybe this shit is fake. I don't know, So I was wondering if anybody else saw it and had an opinion of their own. Because I was looking at it. I was like, maybe this is fake. Because I saw those people running for their damn life, man. I didn't actually see anybody getting shot, though. I'm exhausted. I woke up about 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning. I've been up ever since. I should have went back to freaking sleep. Like, at this point, can I say something? So the White House keep talking about white supremacy in America, white supremacy in America, white supremacy in America, white supremacy in America. So nobody else is even concerned that they keep talking about white supremacy in America, but they're not actually doing anything to help black people. Like, this don't look like, that shit don't seem like that don't make you feel no way. I'm talking to black people specifically. Like, that don't make you feel no way. Like, they keep talking about white supremacy in America, but they don't do anything for black people. Like, that shit don't make you feel no way. Like, why do y'all keep voting for these guys? Like, everything they do look like smoke and mirrors. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Shit, all that shit look like smoke and mirrors to me. I don't know what to tell you. Look like smoke and mirrors, man. Doesn't make any sense. What up, Smoke Rebels? It's top of the morning for a salute. I know I'm anything else y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. Shit ain't our generation fault. It's our parents' fault. What you mean by that? Explain. I don't understand what you mean by that. It's not our generation. I don't even know which generation you're a part of. But what do you mean? But what do you mean? It's the which generation are you saying it's their fault? I'm curious. I'm curious which generation you think is at fault. I'm curious. Because I just think it's just people just black people think we have to vote Democrat. You don't. I think that's the problem. I had a relative who absolutely loved Hillary Clinton. So hold on, let me tell you a story. So I had a relative, I lived with them. They loved Hillary Clinton, just absolutely loved Hillary Clinton. They was just so ecstatic when Hillary Clinton said that she was going to run. I said, look, she's not going to win. The person was like mad at me or whatever. And I explained why Hillary Clinton was not going to win. Basically, for everybody that don't know, you need a certain level of support or lack thereof, hate at least, from your contemporaries. Hillary Clinton was extremely disliked by not only other politicians in America, but on a global scale. If you don't know, then I don't know what to tell you. On a global scale, just disliked. When Trump said, if Hillary wins, there's going to be a war, I heard about if Hillary wins, there was going to be a war before Trump said that shit. From someone else. A different politician actually said that shit. I don't remember who. That's why when Trump said it, I was like, oh shit, Trump's, oh shit, that was real? Basically, when Obama was president, Hillary had sent drones, allegedly, all over different parts of different countries, drone striking the shit out of niggas. Also, when Hillary, for everybody that don't know, they have the Democrats and the Republicans, they have like a big chest. So basically, when they do these fundraisers and everything, you'd be like, it's a Democratic fundraiser or it's a Republican fundraiser. All of that money comes together and it gets put into a chest. Like that's what they could be called. Where they go into it whenever they need to fund this Democrat, they go into there, get some money, give it to them. That Democrat needs something for something, they go into give it to them and help them like that. So Hillary Clinton, when she was running for president, actually, she used to be that previously. She gave that role to someone else, and that person then held on to a lot of the funds and didn't allow for a lot of Democrats to get funding for like an event they wanted to do over here, or maybe they wanted to buy some TV time or some shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? So she was disliked in America amongst her contemporaries, and she was disliked on a global scale, just so we could be clear. And my relative loved Hillary Clinton and got mad at me every time I said she wasn't going to win. She didn't win. I don't remember throwing it in the particular person's face. I wouldn't be surprised if I, because we spoke about stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if I brought it up once or twice. But, yeah. I have no idea how Biden became president. Like, they don't even, basically Hillary Clinton's president right now. It's the old way of thinking because they didn't have as much internet access or research. What's the old way of thinking? I don't understand what you're saying. And he didn't like Hillary Clinton. He liked Hillary Clinton because of Clinton, the husband. So Bill Clinton. So I mean, I don't know what you mean by the old way of thinking. I mean, if that's what you're trying to say, then yeah, I guess I get it. No. Biden never did anything. He didn't do anything. Like, I don't even understand. I don't understand. My fault, y'all. I'm definitely a little fatigued this morning. I don't understand the Biden love. I want to know what Biden has to do to make black people stop, especially our activists, stop supporting him. I want to know what he has to do. I want to know how bad it has to be. I'm curious at this point. Like they all got Stockholm syndrome, or they all get paid from the same guy. It's one of the two. Yeah, I don't think this is the no limit. I know this person isn't making any sense at all. So obviously, I don't ask who about whose parents. Why would I ask anybody about their parents? That don't even make sense. Why would you do that to your mother? That's crazy. Anyway, yeah, what he's saying don't make sense, right? I'm gonna kick him. Then he started talking about he abusing his mother. I remind her of that thing every day. Like, why would you do that to your mother? Like, what the fuck? Maybe I took that the wrong way. I don't know. Anyway, he was saying stuff that didn't make sense, so I kicked him. Appreciate you. Who commented that don't make sense? Appreciate you, Smoke Rebel. That didn't make sense, right? I'm not wrong, right? That didn't make no sense. Yeah, nah, I got him up out of here. Nobody don't got time for that. I don't know what he was trying to do. That didn't make no sense. Yeah, I kicked him. That fake account been here for a while though, so they've been coming in with that fake account. But I know it's a fake account because the real No Limit color ain't brown. The icon ain't brown. He ain't been here in a long time. It ain't brown. Excuse me. All right, what else we talking about? Get it. What else we talking about? I've been here an hour. I wasn't sure if I was gonna go outside tonight. I'm feeling fatigued, so I'm not really sure if I was gonna go outside. I'm feeling fatigued. Like I told you, I woke up about I don't know 3:34. I should have went straight back to sleep, but I did. I'm curious. Um, how do either Either our president and his administration is incompetent, or they wanted to start a war. Those are the only two options. Oh yeah, they kicked her out of her office, Nancy Pelosi. They kicked her out of her office. She had like whatever her office was in the Capitol building. Yeah, they kicked her out. I want all of our elected officials. I want us to elect younger elected officials. I don't know why people keep electing people. Like, my dude, once you start hitting like 60, I'm looking at you like, I know 60-year-old people, fam. They're usually out of touch. I'm not, no, we love them. No disrespect. But I'm talking about with current shit going on, a lot of times they out of touch, man. They got wisdom. Please listen. Stuff to know. But having wisdom and being in touch with what's going on right now are two different things. We're constantly fighting battles, or they're constantly trying to solve problems from 2-3 decades ago. While we got problems right now that are just getting worse that they're not even looking at. But they got us wanting to solve problems from 2-3 decades ago. We know how we solve all our problems? I tell you right now. Whole entire black community, every problem we get solved. Keep families together and people treat each other like they love one another. That'll solve almost every problem. People just actively start treating each other like they love one another. That's going to help us keep families together. And we could go back to living the way we lived when we all worked together, spent money with one another. How do you think the black businesses like Black Wall Street built up? They built up like that because the black people were just spending their money with each other. That's why that built up. We can't even do that now. Y'all niggas be too busy trying to prevent black people from making money. How they gonna spend it with you? And I'm talking to black people. Huh. Yeah, they took her out of her office. Whatever the case might be, I don't know. I had less of a problem with Nancy Pelosi than I have with a lot of other politicians. I didn't care for her though. What else? What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I am fatigued this morning. I don't want it to be a short show. I need for it to be a long show. I'm extremely fatigued this morning. Yeah, I can see I did not even go outside. What time is it? So basically, what the people do is they go get the fake accounts of people who were the green team before. So generally speaking, when people come back and they don't join back to the green team, I generally think that that person's a fake account. So that's usually how I do it. But as always, I give them the time to, pay attention. Might not be a fake account. It might just be them coming back and they don't like me, right? Anyway, um, so let's read our word for the day real quick before I go much further. Isaiah chapter 60, verse 3. People of other nations will come to your light. Kings will come to see the light of a new day that shines on you. Isaiah verse 60, chapter 60, line 3. People of our nations will come to your light. Kings will come to see the light of the new day that shines on you. Interesting. I wonder what that's applying to. Probably not me. Probably the situation. Probably the. I know one thing. All of this stuff is supposed to be happening. It says it in the Bible, literally. All of this is supposed to be happening. Everything that's going on right now. So it says not to get too, bent out of shape. People that it's affecting should be bent out of shape. Don't get this confused. Yeah, I'm definitely exhausted right now. I'm tired. No. We're gonna push. We're gonna push. I'm gonna be all right. So check this out. So I'm exhausted. Forgot what I was about to. Forgot what I was telling you. So the Bible says that all of these things are supposed to be going on right now. These are things that's supposed to be happening. Don't get too bent out of shape. People involved in this should obviously be bent out of shape. Don't get this confused. But these are things that's all supposed to happen. Fire in the skies at the end of the day. It's fire raining down from the sky or whatever the case is. I was just thinking about something. Could that be what these forest fires are? We keep hearing how there's somebody. Didn't somebody say that a laser came down from the sky and started the forest fires? Did y'all hear about there's a forest fire in I think Australia or some shit right now? Like it just popped up like a day or two ago. There's like a giant forest fire. I think it's like in Australia or some shit. So it's like these natural disasters all over the world, including earthquakes. So these things are supposed to happen. It's going to be tragedy. It's going to be terrible. It's going to go on for quite some time now. So it's not going to be for a short period of time. We're going to have to experience an extended period of time of BS on the planet right now. And then when we get to the other side of it, then we're going to see what happens. But this is what I always find uh, particularly interesting when they talk about the end of times. They talk about all the people that's going to be so willingly to do evil. I always found that interesting. The end of times is coming, and instead of people turning to God at like like in an incredible amount, the world is going to be extremely effed up. There's going to be people that's going to try to come to God. Don't get it confused. That never would have thought of it before. But in order for the world to be effed up, you know how much there has to be people doing evil in order to keep the world in a bad place? And I always found that interesting. the Bible literally saying that the world is going to be, pretty bad. There's going to be horrors going on. Who are going to be committing these horrors? Humans, people. You know how many people are going to think they're doing the right thing? You know how many people are going to be just absolutely convinced that they're doing the right thing? And they might not. Just something to be mindful of. They make movies about it all the time. The soldiers say, "Oh, just following orders." They make movies about it all the time. They really missed with Avatar 2, didn't they? They missed with that. That was a miss. That was a big miss. Some movies just started shooting through my head that basically uses that narrative device or tells that story. It just started shooting through my head. And that was one of the movies. Avatar 2 was a complete miss. Like Avatar 1 was so much better than Avatar 2. Like they spent most of Avatar 2 trying to explain what happened or the aftermath of Avatar 1. I wasn't happy with that. Next time, make some freaking cartoons to explain the aftermath and just give us the damn movie. I say cartoons rather than just live action because cartoons are probably, lend more to being able to create whatever the imagination of the author is better than live action where you might not be able to get the actual actors back to play their roles. But if it's in animation, you wouldn't care if there was different actors doing the voiceovers. You understand what I'm saying? So you get live action, you gotta have the actual people come back. You do animation, you don't. You also then don't have to animate CGI, so you have to make CGI. So it's just cheaper. So it's a cheap thing. It's a convenience thing. I can't even if I wanted to. I think I am gonna take a break. I'll be right back. We're gonna make a what time is it? It's early. It's early. I don't want to kill the live. It's just so early. Give me a minute. You know what it is? I don't got no coffee, no nothing. I'm just pardon. Curious about that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna kill the live. We'll come back in a little while because I am fatigued and I'm running on 0. So and the numbers keep going up. So I don't want to kill the live. Anything y'all want to talk about specifically? Nah, I ran out of coffee in the crib. I ain't got no coffee in here. What up, Rich? Yeah, I ain't got no coffee. It's probably what I just thought about that shit too. That's probably why I'm so super sluggish. Yeah, I ain't got no coffee in the crib. I ran out. Also ran out of creamer, so it didn't matter. I had coffee, so ran out of creamer. So I've been getting the chocolate creamers lately. because I actually be wanting hot chocolate more than I be wanting coffee nowadays. Go figure. What up, Fire Chief? I actually would, but I kind of can't. We're on right now, fam. There might not be a later. We're on right now, fam. If that's the main reason why we're on right now, there might not be a later, fam. We're on right now. Salute. We still got the same issue we had yesterday. I got to give these guys a couple of bucks every day. I'm not all the way paid off. So it's literally a now or never. Well, now or extended period of time, and then now again. No, that situation. It is what it is. That's why I'm literally here. What else we it would be nice to have a coffee though. I'm not gonna lie to you. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Somebody could buy me a fucking coffee. I'd appreciate it. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Come on, let's go. I'm here. I'm here. We've been doing 5-hour lives and the 6-hour live, and we almost did a 7-hour live, I think. There's no way there's no reason in the world. I can't even talk straight right now. I'm fatigued, fan. There's no reason in the world why I can't keep staying on the live right now. Also, if everything go right, we're gonna be doing a longer lives than this. Even though this is not necessarily a long live right now, it's just that I was tired before the live started. But you get the point I'm trying to make. I have no idea why you're saying LeBron. What's that about? What happened to LeBron? You're talking about the situation where he wrote, or there was a letter or wrote on his behalf in showing him to be in concert with Israel. I don't know why you just said LeBron, to be honest with you. I think that LeBron has the right to be in concert with whoever he wants, just like anybody else does also. But, LeBron speaks like he talks about certain things in America. And if he's not on the side of the Hamas, then he's being a hypocrite. So, see what I mean? You get what I'm saying? For everybody that don't get it. Well, we don't even know if that LeBron put that out. LeBron didn't put that out like on his Instagram or nothing. Somebody just like dropped that in the paper. Anybody could have wrote that and then typed from the desk of LeBron and Maverick Carter. Sorry. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. The fuck? It's just making a noise all on its own. Maybe they just sent out some kind of weird alert over the phones again. No. I have no recent alerts. I don't know what the fuck. That's all right. Fuck it. I guess we done. I guess I'll try to come back later. I might not be able to, but it is what it is. Probably gonna see y'all in a couple of days. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Grown Spoilers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you, and that's all I got on this one. I'm tired.